saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president.
You're like, wait a second, like, come on, man, this is
Elon Musk has officially taken legal action with an $80 million lawsuit against Whoopi Goldberg and the hosts of The View, alleging defamation and deliberate misinformation. The lawsuit follows remarks made by Goldberg that Musk asserts were harmful to his reputation and character. The billionaire CEO of Tesla and SpaceX decided to sue after the show aired claims that he and JD Vance were secretly planning to manipulate government control if former President Donald Trump were ousted from office. This legal battle has sent ripples across media platforms, fueling widespread debate on free speech, accountability, and the moral duties of television talk shows. Musk insists that Goldberg's remarks went beyond simple misrepresentation. They deliberately spread false conspiracy theories that could significantly harm his public standing.
Because I've been saying it for a while.
Yes, you have.
I've been saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president. I do.
Well, you've been calling him vice president.
I've called him vice president. I called him president because I don't know what JD is doing. I hardly ever say. I don't remember the last time we even talked about JD.
You're right. He's planning the presidency when they get rid of Trump.
So you think it's Musk Vance?
Possible.
Many backers see this lawsuit as Musk taking a firm stance against media bias and misinformation. Others, however, argue that it's a billionaire's way of silencing his detractors. With such a major case underway, the lawsuit could create new legal standards for how public figures handle defamation by the media. Musk's aggressive strategy highlights his readiness to challenge mainstream media narratives and push back against what he views as damaging attacks. Central to Musk's case are claims of slander and defamation. Whoopi Goldberg and her The View co-hosts allegedly suggested that Musk and JD Vance were covertly scheming to take control of the government. Musk asserts that these statements are entirely baseless and were made with intent to damage his standing. Musk's legal team argues that these false claims were intentionally designed to mislead audiences and tarnish his reputation. The lawsuit also states that such rhetoric erodes public trust and exacerbates societal divides. Musk contends that media platforms must be held to stricter standards, particularly when broadcasting accusations that could provoke fear or unrest. Musk's supporters back his stance, asserting that media figures should not be allowed to spread reckless accusations without substantial evidence. However, critics argue that Musk's lawsuit is simply a tactic to silence opposing views, fueling larger debates about the boundaries of free speech.
But when you have deliberate, concerted, repeated pushing of hoaxes, you're like, wait a second, like, come on, man, this is too far.
And you're supposed to be the good guys.
You're supposed to, and you claim to be the good guys? I'm like, exactly.
You're supposed to be the progressives.
Yes, the Dems are like, oh, we're the good guys. We're the honest people. No, hang on. You can't claim to be the good guys. You can't claim to be the honest people if you're deliberately pushing hoaxes that have been debunked thoroughly.
Yeah. Well,
we're like, even Snopes, which is a liberal thing, says it's bogus.
Yeah.
Like the Fine People hoax.
Obama just said that on stage.
Regardless of motive, this case underscores the ongoing clash between media freedom and individual accountability, driving broader discussions on truth and responsibility in public discourse. Musk's lawsuit has gained significant backing, particularly from his supporters and those critical of mainstream media. Many believe Musk's legal action is warranted, viewing it as a vital step to combat misinformation and reinforce accountability in journalism. Social media has been flooded with responses, with hashtags like Support Elon and Cancel the View trending across various platforms. Advocates argue that The View has a long-standing pattern of making provocative and baseless remarks about public figures, and Musk's lawsuit might finally hold them accountable. Comments on Musk's posts indicate that numerous viewers feel mainstream media outlets have exploited their platforms to spread misinformation for higher ratings. Supporters also highlight Musk's commitment to free speech and transparency, asserting that his lawsuit reflects his broader push for fairness in media reporting. However, some skeptics caution that Musk's immense wealth and influence might deter critics and stifle opposing perspectives. Despite these concerns, Musk's backers continue to voice their support, arguing that the lawsuit is not about suppressing opposing views but about establishing a precedent for responsible journalism. For now, the case has ignited heated debates over the media's influence on public opinion and the obligations of prominent hosts like Goldberg. Berg.
The thing about this show, there is no way not to step in poo.
The View has long faced scrutiny for its controversial discussions and outspoken hosts. Many accuse the show of valuing sensationalism over factual journalism, and Musk's lawsuit has only amplified these concerns. Critics claim the show relies on inflammatory rhetoric, frequently targeting high-profile individuals to boost its ratings. Musk's lawsuit highlights what many believe is a recurring issue with the hosts, using their platform to promote biased narratives without facing consequences. Supporters of Musk point to past controversies where the show received backlash for its remarks, further questioning its credibility. Renewed calls to cancel the show have emerged, with critics arguing it spreads misinformation and division under the guise of entertainment. Supporters maintain that Musk's lawsuit could push networks to rethink their editorial policies and emphasize accuracy. Others, however, argue that canceling the show isn't the solution, advocating for tighter regulations and improved fact-checking. Instead, whether this lawsuit will impact the show's future remains to be seen, but it has undeniably reignited discussions about talk shows' responsibilities in delivering truthful and respectful content to viewers. One of the most contentious aspects of Musk's lawsuit is the claim that The View incited violence. During an episode, Goldberg allegedly joked about someone tripping Trump, a remark Musk argues could be interpreted as promoting harm. Goldberg later downplayed her statement, explaining it was a lighthearted joke about her cat. However, critics argue that, regardless of intent, such comments can be problematic when broadcast to a massive audience.
Because my cat lays in wait for me on my stairs all the time. And that's what I was thinking of that. I wasn't trying to indicate that they were actually standing there with their legs out, hoping he would trip.
Musk's supporters stress the dangers of normalizing violent rhetoric, especially in today's politically charged climate. They argue that media personalities must exercise greater caution with their words, given their significant influence over public perception. Musk's critics, however, contend that his lawsuit overextends the interpretation of Goldberg's remarks and could stifle satire and free speech. Regardless of intent, the comments have ignited discussions about the boundaries of humor and political discourse in mainstream media. Musk's lawsuit may set a precedent for defining these limits, shaping how future incitement claims are judged, legally and publicly. Musk's legal battle has also spotlighted concerns regarding media bias, particularly in liberal-leaning outlets like ABC. Critics assert that ABC favors narratives that align with its political agenda, with The View frequently accused of appealing to select audiences by promoting opinions without factual backing. This has deepened skepticism about media credibility and public trust in mainstream journalism. Media bias fosters misinformation and division, ultimately harming democratic values and public dialogue. Supporters of Musk's lawsuit argue that legal action is necessary to confront these problems, while opponents fear it could result in censorship and restrict free speech. Either way, the case highlights the public's growing distrust of traditional media and the increasing demand for higher journalistic standards. Musk's lawsuit may prompt networks to rethink their editorial policies and reinforce the need for more balanced coverage. Critics of The View have also called out Goldberg's inconsistency, resurfacing past footage where she spoke favorably of Trump. In one instance, Goldberg is seen complimenting Trump and referring to him as a friend, seemingly contradicting her more recent criticisms.
She's gonna say.
She put me in her movies, right? A long time ago. And how much should I charge? Nothing.
Like they say in the
It was a freebie. Tommy, I love you. I'm telling you.
And they're trying to humanize him and change your idea about who this guy is. Don't fall for that.
Trump is talking about.
This change in position is cited as evidence of media inconsistency and opportunism. Musk's supporters highlight these instances to question the credibility of Goldberg and The View, arguing that shifting narratives reveal the show's preference for sensationalism over authenticity. Musk's critics reject this argument, claiming that individuals' opinions naturally